What is the point of cover letters? That is our topic of conversation for today. Maybe you're working on a cover letter right now and you're sitting there at your desk trying to type the words and you're just thinking, what is the point of this? Who invented the idea of a cover letter? Could any document be more boring and more pointless? Like, is anyone even going to read this thing? What's wrong with just handing over my CV? Isn't that enough? What more am I supposed to write? I'm Dahlia. I'm a career strategist. I help people land high-paid work that they love. I have written many cover letters for myself as well as for my clients, given that I'm also a communications consultant for various international organizations like the UN, the European Commission, private companies as well. And so I've written myself a lot of cover letters. I know the struggle. I know it feels a bit like, what's the point? But let's talk about what the purpose actually is and if you even need to write one. And if you want to have the best advice on how to brand yourself for the new economy, so you are one of the few people who actually have a dream job you love that pays really well, make sure you have subscribed to this channel. Now, before we cover the purpose of the cover letter, let's ask, do you even need a cover letter in the first place? Well, you know that the cover letter serves as an introduction of who you are. It's usually the first thing the employer is going to see even before your CV. And during the job hunting process, when you're sending out all those applications and they're all so time consuming, you're probably going to find yourself asking, do I really need a cover letter? Or can I just copy paste the same cover letter for everyone? Well, obviously, it's really important to utilize your time wisely in a job hunt because time is money and you can't apply to everything, you can't reach out to everyone. So yes, you need to prioritize your time and spend it on the right thing. However, 83% of recruiters agree that the cover letter is really important. And let's have a look at why. Well, the cover letter serves a couple of purposes. Number one, it is a marketing tool. It communicates to that employer that you're interested in their position at their company and that you have something to offer them. This is your chance to tell your story. Like I always say, everything that you communicate to the employer, you want to be connecting the dots for them. You don't want to leave them guessing. You don't just want to hand them your CV and have them connect the dots and figure out, why is this person right for us? The cover letter is a great bridge document that's going to allow you to sell your story to them and explain to them, here's why I'm sending you my CV. You get to explain it. It's a bit tricky to explain all of that in just your CV, which is outlining your past experience. This is your chance to create that bridge between your past experience, everything you've done on your CV, with your future and the job you're going to be doing with them. The cover letter is also a first impression document. This is your chance to make that amazing first impression, which is so important when it comes to the job application process. First impressions are really important because once you've been disregarded, it's not that easy to come back and change your reputation. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've had clients who have done it, but you want to really take advantage of that first impression and do everything you can to come across the right way, and a cover letter is a great way to do that. A cover letter is also an opportunity to share extra information. It allows you to include certain details that you might not have room for or which might not be appropriate on your resume. For example, if you're applying from a distance, your cover letter allows you to present a rationale for that relocation. Mention you're going to be in the area shortly for an interview. That's just one example, but there are many more. If you're doing a career change, you need to be able to explain, why are you going from this sector to that sector? If you don't have much experience, again, you need an opportunity to explain, sure, I don't have much experience, but, and then what's your reasoning? The cover letter is your opportunity to do that. Another thing a cover letter can help you to do is to explain a gap. I know a lot of people are concerned about long gaps on their CVs. You don't need to leave the recruiter wondering, what was going on during that time? This is your opportunity where you might want to explain that gap. Cover letter is also a great place to show your personality. It's changing the job hunt, which is a really boring process for most people and for employers as well. It's changing it into something more human and exciting, both for you and for the employer. It's a place where you can show your personality, connect with them, show that you're human and a real person. You have a voice. You're not just a faceless candidate outlining bullet points of your experience and hoping for the best. You're really presenting yourself to them as an individual, as a human being, as someone who would be a great fit for your team, and in telling your story and getting that personality, that unique personality of yours across, that's how you're going to be able to hook the employer and get them sold on giving you that interview. So I hope you see just how important a cover letter can be. In my case, I've written cover letters that have gotten the hiring manager to actually go to the CEO and say, look at this cover letter, this is amazing, and let's give her an interview, and come in with that preeminence that I'm always talking about, which has you come into the interview where they're already excited to meet you, they're already pretty sure they want to hire you, all thanks to, well, not all thanks, but in large part, and thanks to that cover letter, so that you're not just coming in as another faceless candidate on equal footing as everyone else, but you're coming in with that preeminence as that go-to specialist, and they already are wanting to hire you even before you get to that interview. Now, if you're wondering, what do you need to include in your cover letter? You say, great, okay, I get it. There's a point to having a cover letter. I need to have one. What needs to go in it? I've actually already done a video explaining exactly which elements to include, so I will link to that video below, and you can check it out. It really explains what pieces to hit inside your cover letter. And if you want to know more about taking your career to the next level, getting highly paid work you love, I also have a free class which explains that total process. I'll put the link below. Otherwise, I want to know for you, what cover letter are you writing right now? What type of role are you applying to? I'd love to know all about your dreams, your aspiration. What does a high paid job you love look like for you? And let me know below, and I will see you in the next video.